Hello, so you want to know about the sum formula. Well, let me show you how this works. I've created these two boxes with some numbers in. The green one here is the one that we're gonna tally up, and we're gonna put the total at the bottom. Now, I get sent a lot of spreadsheets, as I'm sure you can well imagine, and I've seen all sorts. I've seen people sit with a calculator and tally this up with the calculator next to the PC, and then typing in the answer. I've also seen people who've figured out that if you actually hover over, if you actually select that range, you'll see the total at the bottom there. So we know that the total is 44. And then look at that and then type that in here. And then I've seen people who do the long-winded formula that will go equals that one plus that one plus, and then they simply go down the list and select everything. Now, this is possible here where I've only got probably 10 numbers or whatever it is. Whereas if you've got 5,000, you can imagine that what I've just done now is going to be a rather lengthy exercise. Another reason why not to do that is when you're using individual cells in a formula like that, what it does is it looks at each cell, and if it can't recognize any one of those, it'll return an error. So what will often happen is when you're putting in numbers, if you've got an open spreadsheet that's unlocked and you're just typing in these numbers and you simply want to tally the total, that's fair enough when you've got a blank space because of the fact that it's counting that as a zero. The problem comes in is you're not always summing up values that you've entered. Sometimes you're summing up values that have been formulated. So what if these ones here were formulated from somewhere else and we wanted to bring them in here using a formula and then tally them up? So let's see what happens. So if we recognize that that's a blank, now if you're using formulas, it won't recognize anything that results, the formula that results in a blank, it won't recognize it as a zero. So if we put, for example, equals if, you don't need to know this formula, I'm just showing you this to make a point, equals blank, then blank, otherwise that. So what we've now said is, just have a look here. If that's blank, return blank. If not, then don't return anything. Because if we just said equals and refer to that cell, you can see there it says zero because it sees that as a zero. But if we said if that's a blank, then show it as a blank. If we take that formula, we paste it down throughout that, now all of a sudden that shows a value. It shows an error, it can't calculate. And the reason why it can't calculate is because it's trying to add this one. This one's answer is blank and it doesn't understand what a blank is. So it doesn't produce the correct result. So you've got issues like that when you're using formulated cells, when you simply select each cell. So let's just copy that and paste the values back here again. So 44, so now it sees that as a zero, so everything's good. So what is the sum formula? Well, the sum formula, very simply put, is just click in sum and open your brackets and then tell it what to sum. This is a range. So you can put that range in like that. Enter an 88. You can even break it down. So it says sum, what's the first number, then comma, what's the second one? And then 88, so it's double, so it's telling it up twice. So you can put various ranges in, just separate them with a comma, and it'll tally up everything. And I'm sure you'll agree that's a heck of a lot quicker than typing equals that, plus that, plus that, plus that, and going through all 20 of them. And imagine if you had 5,000. That would make it a lot easier. Plus, if I did do what I did earlier, let's just take out that second range and just sum up the first one. If I said equals if that one equals blank, then blank, otherwise that, and I carried that one down, it still says 44 because when you do sum, if it doesn't recognize one of them, it just simply ignores it. And it sums up everything that it can sum up. So that is one of the advantages of using sum if you've got formulated numbers that you're actually looking at. And also much quicker, much easier, multiple ranges. It's very quick, very simple. So there's no reason to be doing plus this, plus that. There's certainly no reason to be using a calculator and typing in the answer. And there's also no reason to be copying that number in there and risking making a mistake. So hopefully that's helped you. And yeah, wish you all the best with your spreadsheets. Bye-bye.